At 8:30 a.m. on a quiet August morning in 1971, one sentence erased more money than any war, crash, or scandal in history. It wasn't shouted. It wasn't dramatic. It was almost boring. And yet that sentence triggered a chain reaction that would quietly cost the world trillions of dollars over the next 50 years. Not stolen, not burned, just slowly leaked away. Most people don't even know the mistake happened, and almost no one agrees on who made it, but we're still paying for it today. Right now, every time prices feel slightly higher than they should, every time debt grows faster than income, every time markets boom and collapse in ways that feel disconnected from reality, these are aftershocks. After World War II, the world wanted stability. No currency chaos, no surprise collapses, so a system was built that felt solid. The US dollar sat at the center, and the dollar was tied to gold. $35 equaled 1 ounce of gold. If you held dollars, you trusted that link. If you were another country, you trusted America to honor it. And for a while it worked. Trade exploded, economies grew, confidence was high, but quietly something was breaking. America was spending more than it earned. Wars, social programs, global influence. Dollars were flooding the world faster than gold was entering US vaults. Foreign governments noticed. They asked a simple question that had an uncomfortable answer. If all these dollars are backed by gold, where is the gold? By the late 1960s, the math no longer worked. There were far more dollars than gold to support them. This is where the tiny mistake happened. Instead of slowing spending, instead of reducing promises, instead of admitting the system had limits, the anchor was quietly removed. In 1971, President Nixon announced the dollar would no longer be convertible into gold. Temporary, he said. Just a pause. It was never reversed. Money changed that day. But leaving gold wasn't the real mistake. The mistake was pretending nothing else needed to change. Same incentives, same political habits, same belief that growth would solve everything. But the rules were completely different now. Before, money was limited by something physical. After, it was limited by something psychological. Trust. Once money could be created without a hard anchor, debt became easier. Deficits became normal, and future promises became cheaper than present sacrifices. At first, the effects were subtle. Inflation crept in. Prices rose. Wages chased them. People blamed oil, or corporations, or greed. But inflation wasn't the disease. It was the symptom. Money slowly stopped being a store of value and became a policy tool. When economies slowed, more money was created. When markets panicked, rates were cut. When debt grew too large, it was rolled forward, again and again. Here's the uncomfortable math. If money grows faster than real productivity, each unit buys a little less. 1 or 2% a year sounds harmless. Over decades, it's devastating. What once took a lifetime to save now takes multiple incomes. Assets inflate faster than wages. Debt becomes permanent. This is where trillions vanish, not in crashes, in erosion. The irony is the system was designed to reduce volatility. Instead, it amplified it. Cheap money inflated bubbles. Bubbles burst. Central banks stepped in. Each rescue required even more money. By the early 2000s, debt wasn't a problem anymore. It was the engine. Governments ran deficits in good times. Corporations borrowed to inflate stock prices. Consumers treated credit as income. Then came 2008. The crisis wasn't a surprise. It was a stress test. And the response revealed the true rule of the system. Losses would be socialized. Money would be created. The structure would be preserved. It worked. But the cost didn't disappear. It moved into balance sheets, into future purchasing power, into inequality. The tiniest mistake wasn't evil. It was convenient. Leaders avoided immediate pain. Voters rewarded it. Markets adapted to it. Now the system can't reverse without consequences no one wants. Raising rates hurts debt. Cutting spending hurts growth. Admitting limits hurts trust. So we drift. Because the system only works as long as people believe in it. And that leaves one uncomfortable question. If trust is the real anchor now, what happens the first time the world decides to let go?